Rod of the Year finalist presented by Vintage Air. Come on down. My buddy Mead owns this car. Maryland guy. Beautiful 61 Ford Starliner. Mead Baldwin from Grundy, Maryland. Built by East Coast Hot Rod Garage. 56 Ford dash, T-bird seats, trim. It's got a Coyote motor. Look at that. That's got to be Wimbledon white, right? It just has that, I call it refrigerator white. PPG. Bellet specialty wheels. It's down and dirty. Got the right attitude. A little bit lower in the front than the back, the way I love them. Custom Rod of the Year finalist. What a beauty.
And again, allegedly, Mead is one of the guys responsible for helping make sure the Rodder's Journal comes back. So thanks, Mead, for what you do for the industry also. That's Dean, the shop owner of Hot Rod Garage, that built that driving it. Our next one up here is a 2024 Custom of the Year finalist presented by Fuel Curve. Eddie Wapples at a Milton, Delaware 52 Chevy Styline Coupe. It's got a 350 motor, 350 trans, air ride, AccuAir, Mustang 2 front. It's chopped 3 in the front, 5 in the back. Glass pack mufflers, Supremes, and white walls. Good vinyl and Kenwood audio and House of Color paint.
Very nice custom Chevy. That's got a California look if I've ever seen one. The thin whites and Supremes.
Muscle Machine of the Year finalist presented by Griot's Garage. This is based like a performance street machine type of thing, and they had to run a minimum 3 laps on the autocross. They abused this thing. Tom Swenser out of someplace, because it looks like Dingus Ferry to me, Pennsylvania. That can't be right.
What?
90 Ford Mustang.
No
built by
offense,
Blue
brother.
Sky Performance. Their booth is right over here all weekend. Holly digital gauges, factory air, transmission, model wheel, 804 horsepower on pump gas. It's got a big old turbo, performance suspension, and to make note, the newest car to ever get a Muscle Machine of the Year finalist with a Fox body Mustang. Pretty cool.
2 things I'm personally into, traditional hot rods, and the other one, factory correct muscle cars. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at Muscle Car of the Year finalist, Steve Hornbaker from Williamsport, Maryland, 1969 Mercury Eliminator. First year restoration, 3rd owner, sold out of Elkhart Ford in Indiana, 428, 4-speed, drag pack, shaker hood, rallies, bias plates. This is the way it rolled off the assembly line. Muscle Car of the Year finalist.
So we're starting our Builder's Choice, presented by Mark Jimbalvo and Heather and the boys from Creative Rod and Customs. Bill Cheek out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, 32 Ford 3-window. He built it to drive. It's got a 409 dual quad engine, steadfast chassis, Brookville body, American Rebel wheels, Box Customs interior, paint by Ludwig's Custom Auto, and a double winner, the 2024 Chevrolet Performance GM Retro Iron Builder of the Year finalist, presented by Chevrolet Performance, Ludwig's Custom Auto. So they pick a finalist for that. At the end of the year, GM picks 2 builders, and they get a GM crate motor for winning that.
Can't beat that with a stick. Nice chop 3-window. All right, moving right along, Builder's Choice Award, presented by Creative Rod Custom. Double winner. Also, we got a Chevrolet Performance GM Iron Builder of the Year finalist. 2 award. Ted Stoneburner from Windsor, Connecticut, 58 Impala, 2-door hardtop. Man, I love the wheels, the redline tires. It's got a 409 and a Tremec trans, BASF paint, Hyde's original interior, custom stainless exhaust, Art Morrison chassis, and yeah, double winner. Congratulations.
Another Builder's Choice Award presented by Creative Rod and Custom. Dan, you're giving me all the hard names. What is that last name? Spears. I guess it's not that hard. Howell, New Jersey, 78 Porsche 911 Targo, imported from Germany in the 80s. It's got a 3.6-liter flat 6 Vario Ram, Radiform wheels, Falcon tires, Gillum interiors, Recaro seats, factory turbo,
Listen to that
wide body, Flowmaster exhaust. That is awesome. Paint by Blue Sky Performance. Congratulations, Don Spear. Don Spear.
Builder's Choice Award continues, presented by Creative Rod and Custom. Ron Ernsberger from Holiday City, Ohio, 36 Willys sedan, 4-door. When's the last time you've seen that? Owner loves Hemis and magnesium wheels. Well, guess what? So do I. Tin Man's Garage did all that. It's got a little baby Hemi, little Red Ram 241. Halbrand Wheels, J. Miller Restorations did the paint. Customs by Voss did that interior. Builder's Choice Award.
The Tin Man Garage has got something to do with both of these vehicles here back to back. Another Builder's Choice presented by Creative Rod and Custom John Lamb out of Seneca, Illinois. Lifelong hot rodder, 10-year build, 61 Ford unibody, built by Tin Man's Garage, twin turbo Triton V10, modified chassis, 4-link independent front, pancake hood, tight gaps, tailgate, tons of body mods, interiors by Schrober's Custom Interior, paint by Adam Krause at the refinery. Follow along on social media at Tin Man's Garage. He's a good follow. He's one of the best metal shapers in the business, and he also does classes. You can go and learn from a master in Illinois, Tin Man's Garage.
Dang, Tim, you got a social security number? Okay, we got another double award winner here. Builder's Choice Awards presented by Creative Rod Custom and One Fine Deuce. That's a very, very rare car. That's called a sports coupe. It's not a roadster, not a coupe, it's a sports coupe. 32 Ford. Joe Trillo from Avondale, Pennsylvania. Bought the body 5 years ago, and he's been building ever since. 33 stroker, one-off rod and custom paint. Interior by Rita. Will Smith did the wheels, the Steelies. Very, very nice. Stainless exhaust. Builder's Choice Award and One Fine Deuce.
Another Builder's Choice Award, Steve Laughlin out of Hamlin, Pennsylvania. Goldman Custom built 64 Vet at an LT1 Tremec Trans C7 Vet chassis. All sharpened body lines, Eric Brockmeyer design, Forge Line wheels, Vinnie Jair classic instruments, and Exalta paint. And his wife has an amazing truck that's been a grade 8 finalist and I think Truck of the Year, Steve Laughlin, Builder's Choice Award.
She's giving that look like, that's right. All right, Builder's Choice continues. John Hutchinson from Pittsburgh, Maryland. Oh, I love it, man. Slammed, angled windshield, 32 Ford Roadster, owner build. Nice, L79 327, that's the 360 horse, 327. Knockoff wheels, single stage, 80% gloss, a little bit of flattener for a little bit of toot. I like it. Builder's Choice Award.
Next Builder's Choice Award presented by Creative Rod and Custom. You didn't tell me that name. Savin and Dennis Strobel out of Birch Run, Michigan. 50 Ford F1. He's owned it for 14 years. 3.5 year build by Coric Designs. It's got a Roush engine, Morrison chassis, tons of body mods, Magnaflow exhaust, Curtis Speed custom one-off wheels, Hyde Originals interior, and custom flake gray blue paint.
Okay, our final Builder's Choice Award presented by Creative Rod and Custom. Wayne Robinson, I don't know where he's from, but that's a beautiful 69 Chevy Nomad station wagon. Look at the Steelies, red line tires, GM LSA with a 4L80E, Forge line. It's got Rhodes interior, Dakota Digital gauges, 3-inch stainless. What a beautiful station wagon. We love our long roofs. And that concludes the Builder's Choice Awards. We got some parting gifts.
Hey Mark, we got a thank you gift for you. So give your round of applause to Mark and Heather from Creative Rod and Customs. We got to see their booth and their amazing green Monterey over there all weekend. So thanks for sponsoring the Builder's Choice.
The Next Generation presented by Goolsby Custom, Dakota Straw. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. He's 25 years old. Built by the owner, rocket wheels, TMI interior, PPG, orange glow. And the owner painted it as well. 3-inch custom exhaust. Our Next Generation.
Another Next Generation Participant Award by Goolsby Customs, Joe Gaines out of Woodstock, Maryland. 6.5 turbo diesel underneath the hood of that 40 Ford Deluxe Coupe. S10 front subframe, airbags rear, Vinnie Jair, Dakota Digital. He's 30 years old. Custom chassis, chrome reverse, and wide white wheels. Give him a round of applause, the Next Generation.
Oh, let's hear that horn again. You shook the heck out of me there. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, at every single Goodguys event, we do a special prestigious award in memory to honor the founder of Goodguys, Gary Metters. We always pick a car that we know he would have loved to own. So this wins the Gary's pick. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Jeff and Dee Dee from Frederick, Maryland, 63 Buick Rivy. It's got an LS3, 4L80 trans, American wheels, PPG root beer brown metallic paint. What a beauty. Channeled unibody. Gary's pick. Congrats.
Goodguys staff pick, Ed and Marge Bubner out of Hooversville, Pennsylvania. That is not a 34 Ford. I need one for a 55 Chevy. There we go. Dave Rudin out of Warminster, Pennsylvania, 55 Chevy. This is the classic Chevy pick. 510 cubic inch, turbo 400 trans, 950 horsepower, 671 BDS blower, autometer gauges, wheelie bars, and a parachute. Raider wheels, custom interior, and PPG Harvest yellow paint.
Subtle Elegance, presented by Roseville Rod Custom. Bill Sill from, I don't know where he's from, 44 Coupe. First thing you notice, it takes a second, but it's actually sectioned 2 inches. I love the big and little white wall bias flies. Those are Lincoln hubcaps.
I missed the section when I looked at it.
Yeah. Those are 39 Ford bumpers, and the first thing I noticed were those Studebaker taillights. He's running a small block Chevy and a Limefire green paint. Beauty.
So thank you, DJ Axel. He's heading to the airport. He got a delayed flight on Thursday, and I had to do the kickoff party. That was miserable. I guess I cannot please people when I have to choose the music. So many complaints all night long. But I'm a music snob too. The Innovation Award presented by Snap-on, John Downs Jr. out of Delaware, 39 Morris AE. It's chopped 3.5 inches. The B-post is lean. Toyota sunroof, shave handles. It's a 20-year build. It's got a 3800 SC Pontiac motor, Batman chassis, Autosport wheels, light rock green paint. Thank you. The Ford and a Ford Award to Nathan Moore out of Milford, Delaware, 69 Ford Torino, 351, 850 horsepower, Wyand intake, MSD, autometer gauges, 2 stages of nitrous. It's done in the 90s. Wheelie bars and a parachute. Boss 351. Side dump exhaust. Traeger wheels. Custom interior with a cage, PPG, and house and color paint. I love that one. Rolling up next is So Low pick. Harless Overgaker out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. 31 Ford Model A at a 498 big block, 871 blower. Autometer gauges, turbo 400 trans, rocket wheels, custom bomber, interior metal flake red paint. All those louvers, every painter guy's nightmare to have to paint and cut and rub around those louvers. Custom Chevelle pick, Ron and Monica Kutch member, 70 Chevelle SS. Out of Clinton, Maryland. You got an LS3 5.25 horse with a 4L85 trans global west suspension with QA1 coilovers, vintage air, rotisserie frame off build, Dakota digital, 20x10 wheels, 19-inch in the front, PPG ruby red paint. The suede and chrome pick, Sharon Piccolo out of Milford, Delaware, 29 Ford, 2-door sedan. It's a 1950s high school parking lot style hot rod. Engine is a Ford V8. It's chopped 4 inches, wide white Steelies, blue and white tuck and roll. Says paint. What paint? Satin black. That's all you need. Tri-5 Chevy pick, Jason Trillo out of Westford, Virginia. 57 Chevy 150. It's got an LS3, Tremec 5-speed. CBF pulleys, vintage air, Woolwood brakes, Dakota digital gauges, rocket wheels, TMI interior, custom flames paint job. Import Madness pick, Deanna and David Thomas from Westchester, Pennsylvania. 54 Austin Healey, built by Traditional Metalcraft, classic instrument gauges, Honda S2000, 4-cylinder engine, manual trans, vintage Dunlap racing wheels, right way upholstery. Paint is not available, it says. Aluminum handmade panels. So the people fill out their own cars. These are the same people back to back. One they spelled Thomas, and one is Tohamas. I don't know how drunk they were when they filled this out. Chopped and Dropped Award, Deanna and David Thomas, Westchester, Pennsylvania, 35 Chevy. Got a small block 200R, Nash Metropolitan dash, Hallobrand wheels, Classic Instruments gauges, 4.5-inch chop, 8-inch drop, Hallobrand wheels, custom Austin Healey interior, BASF paint. That's all I got. Hottest hot rod, Brett Stevens out of Highland, Maryland, 69 Dodge Super B. It's got 572 cubic heavy, AOD trans, manual valve body, electric power steering, integrated roll cage, 59 Buick dash, wide front and rear, 2012 Charger tail lights, weld wheels, custom leather, interior, and PPG paint. Memory lane pick, John Meadowcroft out of Freeland, Maryland, 58 Chevy Corvette. All restoration work done by the owner. It's got a tree 83 and a 4-speed, stock body, stock wheels, and wide silver blue paint. The long distance award, John and Diane Staples out of Carroll, Iowa. I bet most of these people here don't even know where Iowa is on the map. I bet they confuse it with Idaho. 61 Chevy Apache drove 1,400 miles from Iowa. He's been on the Goodguys Hall of Fame Road Tour 4 times. By the end of the year, he will travel 30 states and coast to coast with a small block Edelbrock carb US mag wheels truck, GM Torch Red Boss Customs interior. And we hope to see you guys all in Des Moines, Iowa, 4th of July weekend for my favorite Good Guys show on the circuit. Good Guys feature pick, so it'll get shot and a feature in the magazine. George Clampett out of Joppa, Maryland, 63 Vet, former restaurant display vehicle that was not made to run, and Rod sat there and he took it and wired it and made it run at a 513 T-Flat Hemi, Lenco Trans, custom coupe chassis, Villa Specialty wheels, Bucks Custom interior, Bob Thrash and Rad Rides by Troy, who did the coupe or did the paint. Oh yeah, remember, come to Columbus, Good Guys, for the Pro Street rollout. Bring all the Pro Streeters out to there the second weekend in July. All-American Sunday Award, Michael Hopeful out of Millsboro, Delaware, 2015 Z06 Vet. American Racing header, 850 horse, stage 2 cam, Z06 wheels, Arctic white paint. All-American Ford pick, Calvin Turton out of Cape May, New Jersey, 2019 Ford Mustang, special striping, carbon fiber front spoiler, blackout kit, 5.0 Coyote under the hood, stock wheels, race red paint. All-American Sunday Award, Peter Scala out of Millsboro, Delaware, 2005 Ford Mustang, 4.6 liter, stage 2, 5-speed manual, Edelbrock supercharger, long tube headers, Boss stripes, Steeda options, Steeda wheels, Legend lime paint. Square body truck pit presented by LMC Truck, Tony Long out of Preston, Maryland, 86 Chevy K5 Blazer, found it, and it was 99% rust free. It's got a small block and a 700R, 2-wheel drive chassis, 86 body with a 91 front end, Flowmaster exhaust, Riddler wheels, original interior, Hot Rod Garage did the paint. East Coast Hot Rod Garage. This is one of my favorites of the weekend here. I'm a Tri-5 guy too. Best wide white walls presented by Coker Tire. Ron and Patty Thorpe out of Glendale, Maryland. 55 Chevy Delray 210. 72,000 original miles. He bought it with 40,000 miles at a used car lot. It's still got a 235 cubic inch 6-cylinder, original chassis. It's lowered with white walls. 90% original interior, recovered seats, some louvers, a little bit of lowering. 90s Ford color, best wide white walls. Best excuse me, OBS pick presented by LMC Truck, Ed Pienta out of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, 1990 K1500 Silverado. His dad bought it new in 90. He passed away in 2019. He did a 4-year frame-off restoration, all done by himself, including paint and body. It's got 2020 Silverado wheels, PPG, single-stage paint, Flowmaster exhaust, and Ed has been our muscle car of the year with a W30 old Cutlass in the past. So, die-hard hot rod family right there. Trophy Dash presented by Classic Instruments. John H. Miller IV. That sounds very important. John from Dover, Delaware, 57-210. Got a 454 big block and a Tremec. It's got disc brakes, 9-inch and a 4-link. American racing wheels. Classic Instruments. PPG paint. That thing sits good too. Nice stance on that. I'd take that one home too. I would take that one. Awesome Olds Award, David Helmuth III out of Woodbury, New Jersey, 1955 Olds 88. Tamco Springs, rear 4-inch blocks. It's a driver. He drove 1,700 miles to Nashville next year, or he's going to drive. Family of hot rodders. The shop is called Helmet Brothers. It's got an Olds rocket motor, Dynatrans, 4-inch drop rear, 3-inch in the front, 15-inch chrome reverse, and beige something. I got PPG paint. I can't read the rest. Some of these people, I thought my handwriting was messy. Best use of color, Craig Zamble out of Long Island, New York, a 1960 Rambler. Classic Instruments gauges, mini jam, power windows, 4-link rear, rack and pinion, front coilovers, wheel width brakes, Raceline wheels, Art Audio, Toyota yellow paint. The Traditional Home Built Heaven Award presented by Speedway Motors. I wouldn't really call this a traditional hot rod, but I didn't pick it. Robert Rizzoli. I don't know if anybody can even hear me anyway. Haverford, Maryland, 37 Fiat Topolino, fuel altered. The 434 Chevy Dart, tube chassis, chrome ollie, fiberglass body, weld wheels, no interior, zoomies and suede paint. Meguiar's Magnificent Masterpiece presented by Meguiar's. Dorcel Spence out of Dover, Delaware. 64 Thunderbird built by Superior Artworks, Classic Instruments, and Vinnie Jair. It's got dual carbs on top of a 408 Ford, Morrison chassis, US mags, Pirelli tires, caramel interior, PPG paint. Great color combination on that thing. Modern Muscle Award, Dan Lezier out of Wilmington, Delaware, 2008 GT 500. Set up for drag and drive events, 15-year project, 1,500 horsepower. We need to do drag racing next year. Holley EFI, 6.2-liter Ken Bell supercharger, custom cage and chassis, carbon doors, and hood.
I'm gonna go that way with it.
Oval exhaust, RC components, wheels, Mickey Thompson tires, Kirby seats. Stock Alloway color exists. That's awesome. Best LS Classic presented by LS Classics. Ed Martin, Upper Chichester, Pennsylvania, 67 Chevelle. Billet Specialties, valve covers, adapters, wheel width brakes, 9-inch rear, Texas speed cam, ported heads, Identic column, Vinnie Jair, Dakota Digital, and LS3. Billet Specialties wheels, gray leather, and marina blue paint. All-American Chevy pick, David Villeneuve out of Williamsburg, Virginia, 2010 Camaro Synergy Special Edition, air raid cold air intake, carbon fiber accents, 3.6-liter engine, dual exhaust. That was perfect timing. Perfect timing. All-American truck pick, Jacob Pearson, 2016 GMC Sierra out of Lewes, Delaware. 6.2 intake and throttle body, long tube headers, MSD two-step, Runs on E85, K&N intake, speed energy traction bars, mild tune for street, and it says his daily driver, 20-inch RMC wheels, bright white paint. All-American Sunday Award, Laura Anake out of Middleton, Delaware. A 2015 Holden SS, got Bembo brakes, 6.2 liter with a Pro Charger, Holden wheels, stock interior, and Huron white paint, and a JVA exhaust. Those things are fun little cars. They're quick. You do any, allegedly, do any street racing? Allegedly? She looks guilty. Guilty. Allegedly. All-American Mopar pick? That is not a Mopar. Slam pick, Tim Poulos out of Harbison, Delaware, 55 Ford. Twin turbo, Vitec EFI, CBF, front drive, MSD ignition, Resto Mod Air. 351 Windsor, Ridetech Air Ride, Billet Specialties wheeled, LMC seats. Mother Nature did the paint, it says. Cool Convert, AJ Hinky out of Chesapeake, Virginia, 1950 Plymouth. Fatman front suspension, Meguiar autometer gauges, Camaro rear end, four-wheel disc brakes, got an LS3 and a 4L60, Oxton powder-coated chassis, Billet Specialties wheeled, custom leather interior, and Mercedes silver paint. Wonderful Woody, Art and Barb Klein out of Bridgeville, Delaware, 47 Chevy Fleetmaster. 383 dual 8FB carbs, original Offenhauser intake, Willwood disc brakes, classic instrument gauges, Camaro subframe, CPP tubular A-arms, small block custom interior, Corvette red. Rolling up next, the Ford truck pick presented by LMC Truck. Shane Dutska out of Moodus, Connecticut, or not in Kentucky. 71 Ford F100 supercharged Coyote engine, QA1 front, triangulated 4-link, Willwood brakes, 6-speed, modified chassis, proxy wheels, TMI interior, PPG paint, and hand lettering. This is another one that went out and did some autocross laps yesterday. The Gap Pro pick presented by the great guys out of Texas, Gap Industries. Joe Gosilianjek, close, Sparta, New Jersey. 68 Firebird, custom engine bay panels, Dakota digital gauges, Ring Brothers components, Holly Terminator, EFI, Kenwood audio, built by the guys at Blue Sky Performance. It's got a blueprint engine, Anvil auto front spoiler, Vibrant exhaust, Forgeline wheels, Gillen interior designs, and Flambine burgundy paint. I think you're just making up words now. This was picked by Jess, and he forgot how to spell Camaro. It's the F-body pick, Mike McCoy, Dover, Delaware, 91 Kermer is what he wrote, Z28. LS, it's a long week out here. LS3, 500 horse Tremec, T56, 6-speed Brembo brakes, tubular front, UMI shocks, 18-inch wheels, deep red metallic, and hooker exhaust. Sky High 4x4 pick, Mark Quinlan, Georgetown, Delaware, 69 Chevy C20 called Misbehavin'. Ooh, you brought your own cheering squad with you. It's got a 350 small block, custom steel, custom interior, and the paint is really paint. It is not a wrap, so give them another round of applause for that. Home Built Heaven, presented by Speedway Motors, Leon Lias out of East Berlin, Pennsylvania, 66 Ford Fairlane. 2-year build, all owner done, Coyote swap, plumbing, wiring, tweed interior, 480 horsepower, 10-speed trans. It gets 26 miles a gallon. He's owned it for 7 years, finished in 3 years. 15-inch steelies, tan and black interior, Winwood white paint. Cool Custom, Hal Marshman out of Hanson, Massachusetts, 41 Willies. It's got an 871 blown, 496 cubic inch big block, twin quick fuel carbs, chrome moly straight axle front, 4 9-inch rear wheel lid brakes, ET wheels, shop top orange paint. You gotta drive them. Ed DeVries out of Ankeny, Iowa, 67 Ford Mustang, driven 1,312 miles to get here. 390 cubic inch motor, custom Ford rally wheels, stock interior, Acapulco blue paint. That's fun to say. Acapulco. Our presenting sponsor for the first time being here, R&M Performance. They did a pick. Mike Little out of Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, 65 Chevy C10, all aluminum LS2, Porterbuilt A-arms, air ride, handmade tint in the bed, 2.5-inch exhaust, 22-inch wheels with stock hubcaps, Snowden custom seat. I like that a lot. Good choice. Thank you to the crew at R&M Performance. Mighty Mustang next, Randy Rexroad out of Lincoln, Delaware, 69 Ford Mustang. All stock restored, 351 Windsor, Auto Trans, tilt wheel, stock rally Magnum 500s, candy apple red paint. I agree. Wild card just because it's neat. Chris Papa out of Upper Derby, Pennsylvania, 1960 Corvette. It's got a big block 396 T10 trans, Pete and Jake's chassis, straight headers, rocket wheels, cheater slicks in the rear, blue and silver paint. I bet that really kicked up the dust coming across the track. The Corvette Corral pick presented by Kaufman Corvette, George Silvesto in Naples, Florida, 63 split window. It's a 7-year build. It's got an LS3 570 horse, Roadster Shop fast track chassis, shop wheels, custom interior, R&M Diamond Arctic white paint. The Way Cool Award presented by Grundy Insurance. Joe Barra out of Fishkill, New Jersey, 72 vet. He's owned it for 43 years. Gold plating, 24 karat, blown 502, 703 horsepower, turbo 400 trans, 18 and 20-inch wheels, purple, white, and gold paint. Hooker header. Cool Corvette pick, Andrew Moore out of Fishkill, New York, 69 vet. Owned it for 5.5 years, had to refinish it after hitting a deer. Andrew is 28 years old. It's got a 454 big block, a Tremec 5-speed, 17-inch poise, pro car seat, Spice Hecker, custom gold pearl orange paint, and functional side pipes. I think if you got a vet like that, it's got to have the side pipes on it. Those just look right. Doug Hobbs out of Wilmington, Delaware, 83 El Camino. 350 TPI. I can see out of the corner of my eyes. It's got air ride. It's also got a Paxton supercharger, suicide doors, and a roll pan, Flowmaster exhaust, boost wheels, and custom paint. Cool Camaro, Carl Melendez out of Long Island, New York, 69 Camaro, LSA motor, 580 horse, mini chair, Motec digital, Bear brakes, Forge Line wheels, Gillen interiors, Main Street Classics, did the Kaiser metallic paint, and exhaust is Stainless Brothers. Lokar muscle pick, Carson Jones out of Easton, Maryland, 63 Savoy. It's got a 426 max wedge, 40,000 miles. Original on it. It's a 1-year owned only body style. It's got a 505 cubic inch and a 4-speed stock steel with caps, custom leather interior, PPG red. I love this thing. I love that Mopar body style. It's a good one. Dodge truck pick presented by LMC Truck. Phil Mead out of Delaware. Sure, I'm not saying that right. 41 Dodge, 100% owner built. Got a Tuneport 350, stock box chassis, 8.8 rear end, Wheelsmith wheels, diamond black white walls, custom leather interior. It's Lewis. Thanks for correcting me. We'll see if I'm smart enough to remember it the next time it comes up. Chevy truck pick presented by LMC Truck. Ben Mayo at a new Braintree, Massachusetts, 64 C10 pickup, handmade pillars to match shape and sweep of the bed to doors. All work done by Countryside Customs out of Massachusetts. 383 stroker, CPP suspension, US mag wheels, Exalted paint, Magnaflow exhaust. Well, Jess spelled this town phonetically for me. The Coolest 50s Award, Ray Nails at a Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. 54. What? Rehoboth. Isn't that what I said? Thanks for listening. You win absolutely nothing. The Coolest 50s pick, Ray Nails out of that town that those people said. 54 Pontiac, independent front suspension. 400 GTO engine, front fenders extended 4 inches, 54 Chevy grill, Olds headlights, front disc brakes, Pontiac caps, wide whites, torch red paint. Man, I didn't really think anybody listened to us up here. The best engine presented by Edelbrock. Jeff Fern out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 70 Camaro. Same car built 8 times since 1981. The Blue Bomber, tons of custom metal mods, certified at NHRA to 850s, twin turbo, small block, 400 trans, ET wheels, Bucks interior, beautiful, beautiful blue paint. I like that one a lot too. Ford Fox body pick, Dominic Sparrow at a Jamesburg, New Jersey, 91 Mustang, autometer gauges, Holly EFI, Kenwood audio, Vortex supercharger, trick flow intake, Cobra disc brakes, Bose wheels, Recaro seats, long tube headers. The Bitchin' Buick Award, Ed Sears at Annapolis, I believe that's Maryland. 35 Buick Cabriolet. Only 170 produced. There's only 3 of these left. He said it's quick enough to catch Al Capone. I don't know if you know, but I think Mr. Capone is no longer with us. It's got a nail head, an Italian leather, and air conditioning. Wouldn't be hard to catch a guy that's dead, is it? Allegedly. The Deuce Doings pick presented by Streamline Custom Designs. Jerry Campbell out of Wilmington, Delaware, 32 Ford, built by the East Coast Hot Rod Garage. It's got a small block 327, 39 Ford dash, ET wheels, Excelsior tires, Oxblood, red interior, PPG paint. Meguiar's Magnificent Masterpiece presented by Meguiar's. Ralph Baldwin at a Danbury, Connecticut, 55 Chevy. It's got Dakota Digital, Pioneer Audio, Vinnie Jer, Wilwood brakes, Budnick wheels, and power windows. Avant-garde interior. This thing is loaded with an LS3 and a 5-speed, and I'll get all the custom body mods in the front and rear, French in the bumpers and the exhaust cutouts. That thing's full of details. The Hot Holler Award, Dennis and Tammy Evans at a St. Michael's, Maryland, 1950 Chevy. 468 cubic inch pick block, 871 wire blower, Rodex heads, autometer gauges, 4-wheel disc brakes, 3-inch chop top, auto space component wheels, custom interior, black paint. The Period Perfect Award, Rob Leipzinger at a New Hope, Pennsylvania, 1969 Trans Am. It's a rare Firebird option, the first year of the Trans Am, Ram Air 3, 400, and a 4-speed. Rally 2 wheels, bias ply tires, blue buckets, cameo, ivory paint, and hypo dual exhaust. Mighty Muscle presented by KTL Restorations, Rob Leipziger, New Hope, Pennsylvania, 1970 Chevelle SS. It's a real LS6, all originals, numbers matching, 450 horsepower, stock wheels, stock interior, shadow gray. Ford muscle pick, Kenneth Hollingsworth out of Wyoming, Delaware. 63.5 Ford Galaxy, 498 cubic inch, top loader 4-speed, heights coilovers, 4-link rear, tons of detail underneath the hood on this thing. Budnick wheels, white custom buckets, DuPont Pearl paint. All-American Mopar pick, Dave Swartz out of Fenwick Island, Delaware. 2020 Dodge Challenger. It's got a 6.4 392 Hemi. It's a 50th anniversary. Number 7 of 70. Go man, go color.
You did that.
So that is all the awards.